What's poppin', guys, and welcome back to another episode of Fletcher the Fisherman. Today we're going out to do a little bit of pond hopping here in Charlotte, and we're going to be hitting a few ponds that I've hit a few times on the channel before. We're going to do some like neighborhood ponds, some golf course ponds, all that good stuff. And today is special because it is our first true little bit of fall weather kind of starting to roll through. It's in like the mid to low 80s, and we had a nice cool night, nice overcast today. You know, at least it is now. It's looking like it might clear up a little bit later, but all in all, this is our first little bit of true fall weather starting to push in at the end of the summer, and that's getting these fish in hopefully a good feeding frenzy mood. So I'm hoping we can go out there and have some luck. The last few weeks have been tough. You know, we've had those dog days of summer in August, just really hot weather. These fish have been shut down and been hard to catch. So I'm glad to finally see, you know, some change in that. But besides that, guys, we're about to head to the spot. But before we do that, I do want to let you know, if you want to save yourself 10% on all your baits, you can use code FTF on StrikeTeam.com. You can save yourself 10% across everything on the website. And then if you also want to use code FTF on Luz's website, you can save yourself free shipping for everything over there. And I do get a little bit of kickback, so if you want a way to support me without actually having to, like, you know, give me money or anything like that, or buy merch or something like that, and you just enjoy my content, that is a great way to do so. But without further ado, guys, we have about a 20-25 minute ride to the spot, so I will catch y'all when I get there. Well, we just got to the first spot, guys. I don't know how long we're going to be able to fish here. The golf course is going to be slammed because of all this beautiful weather that we're having today. So we're going to try to get in here and fish it for as long as we can. Most of the ponds on this golf course I probably won't be able to fish because of the nice weather and all the golf traffic. There's just going to be a lot of people out here, and this one is just kind of off to the side, and there's a place I can stand that's not really on the course and fish the pond. So I shouldn't have much of an issue fishing it, at least for now, but I won't be able to kind of walk to these other ones. So we're just gonna see, but we're gonna grab a few rods, bring them down here, see what these fish are about today, and hopefully we find ourselves a nice one. Going totally overkill for just one little small pond as usual, bringing 5 rods. Got a variety of things tied on today. We have a glide bait, we got a thunder cricket, we got some creature baits. One's a rage bug, one is a game hog, and then I also have a little, you know, stick bait on there as well for the spinning gear. So maybe we can find something on that. I'm just gonna have to kind of get out here and see what these fish are up to. I haven't fished out here in a while, so hopefully they're wanting to bite. Oh gosh, the course is slammed. There's like mega groups all over the place. I see like 4 or 5 groups of like 8 people as I was kind of walking down the hill here. So hopefully I don't have any issues with getting run off right now. I'm usually good if I fish this pond though. This backside just backs up to the woods, and if I just stay on the backside, no one really ever gives me a hard time. Besides, you know, your angry Karen every now and then. Here we are. Let's go ahead and put the stuff down. I don't know what I want to start with yet. Oh my gosh, the mosquitoes are everywhere. You know what, let's pick up this thunder cricket. We're gonna toss this around for a few minutes and see if I can get any kind of action on a moving bait. If they're biting this, I will be loving that. Won't have to work as hard to get a bite, but if this isn't working, we'll probably slow it down, try some of those bottom baits, and if I want to spice things up, we might throw that glide bait for a little bit as well. See if we can entice something a little bit bigger. Oh my gosh, guys, this cool weather is just getting me excited. I'm so excited that this fall weather is starting to push in. This time of year just gets me super excited. It is one of the best times of year to bass fish, because when the fish, you know, start to go into that fall time period, when it starts to cool off, these fish are looking to get as fat as they can for the winter. They're trying to put on a lot of body mass. They're trying to get nice and thick so that they have that, you know, size and that insulation for the winter period when it's really cold, and they just need that extra, you know, body mass to get through those cold months. So as a fisherman, I'm looking at that as just a potential to have some of the best fishing during the year, because what these fish will do is that, especially in like a fishery where there's a lot of like, you know, moving bait and stuff, like a shad or anything that kind of schools up into big pockets, these bass will look for those schooling fish and they will just follow them around and eat them all day long. You can catch bass on moving baits in top water all day long and just catch a ton of them. And there's also some big ones that are hanging out. Sometimes you got to slow down to catch some of those bigger fish because they're going to be kind of hanging out near those schooling bass and those schooling bait fish, but they're going to be kind of more particular. They're not looking to, you know, burn a lot of calories trying to chase down bait. They're kind of sitting, waiting, watching for opportunities to come their way. So sometimes you got to be a little bit more particular when it comes to those guys. But if y'all haven't done fall fishing, guys, I highly recommend it. I know so many of you guys out there, you know, put your rods up soon as summer ends and wait till spring to start fishing again. If that is you guys, you're making a mistake. Get your rod out, go outside, find yourself a pond, find yourself a lake, find yourself a river, whatever it is, and get your line wet, guys, because I promise you, you're gonna have some of the most fun of your entire life if you get on one of those crazy fall bites. There's a big fish. There's a big fish. Is that a catfish? What do I have? What do I have? What in the world? What do I have hooked? Is that a bass? Oh, it is a bass. Gosh, it felt like a catfish when it came up. Look at that freaking chunk, boys. Let's go. First fish of the day. A freaking feisty one too, guys. Oh my gosh. He came up and he looked kind of funky that first time he came up. I thought it was something besides a bass, and then he started fighting a little weird, just dogging me. But sure enough, it is a largemouth, a healthy one. Like I said, guys, these fish, as soon as that cool weather comes around, they start fattening up, and it's looking like that is what this guy's doing already. Nice and fat, nice and chunky, just a filled out, healthy fish. And they fight so hard this time of year, guys. It's like I said, all they're doing is running around and just being hyper. So when you hook into one, they give it their all. That is a great fish. A nice like 2.5 chunk, man. Not that long, but just fat and healthy, just like I like him. Let's go. Well, I'm glad to see him eating the old chatterdonk, aka the thunder cricket. That is a great thing to see. I took quite a few casts to finally get that bite there, but it looks like at least one fish in here was interested in it, and it was a solid one. I guess we're just gonna keep fishing this for a little bit. Oh, I just got another bite. That next cast, there could be a little area out there where these fish are hanging out, but oh, that gets my blood flowing. Let's find us another one. So one cool thing I want to tell y'all about this pond right here is that this pond is actually in the floodplain of a creek, which is like right out here to my right. Y'all can't see it because it's down in a ditch, but that creek will actually flood, you know, every now and then. I'd say probably like every 2 months or so. And when it floods, the fish can actually get from the creek into this pond or vice versa. I'm sure some fish get out, but just in general, there's just a nice inflow of like new fish, new nutrients that come into this pond very regularly, which keeps a nice healthy population in here. So even though this pond gets fished like crazy, like this pond gets hit hard, I promise y'all that, by like a lot of people, it just stays productive. It just steadily, you know, all the time. I found over the years that this is one of the ponds that I've fished for the longest. This is the pond I actually caught my PB out of, you know, a few years back, actually a lot of years back, like 10 years. But it's just really cool. It's just one of those cool ponds that is different than a lot of the things that I get access to. So hopefully there's a big fish that's lurking around in here somewhere, because I've caught some really big fish out of that creek. Some like 4 or 5, even one that was close to 6 pounds out of like a tiny little creek. So hopefully one of those bad boys has gotten into this pond recently. Well, I didn't have any more luck with the thunder cricket, so I think I'm gonna slow things down for a minute and try something different. We're gonna pick up this Magnum game hog and give this a chuck for a little bit, see if I can't find something that's enticed to bite this thing. This is definitely a bigger soft plastic, you know, just by the nature of it. Definitely take something a little on the bigger side on average to bite this thing. Small ones will definitely bite it, but usually it keeps some of those smaller fish from biting this thing. I say that last time I threw this in the last video, I got like a 6-incher on it, but I promise you guys this is one of those baits that does a better job of catching you some size as far as soft plastics go. So I'm hoping that one of these bigger fish in here will pick this thing up. Nothing on that cast. Let me kind of zip this thing out kind of near where I hooked that first fish. Oh. Yep, instantly. There's a little hole out there. There's a little hole where those fish are hanging out. That thing got eaten on the fall out there. Probably got munched as soon as it hit the bottom. Nice little bass right there on the game hog. Let's go. He thumped it too. It was like, donk, as soon as that thing got near the bottom. Nice little bass. Like I said, it will catch small ones, that game hog, but it does a really good job of enticing some big ones. Hopefully I can show that off for y'all today, but I think we're gonna go right back out to that hole where I caught this fish, because that's where the last fish came from as well. Maybe they just want something a little bit slower if there's some more fish over there. Got this line wrapped all around my tip and whatnot. Gotta get this thing reset. Let me do that really quick. Put that down there. Get my bullet weight stopper. Probably need to retie. It's feeling a little bit frayed, but we're gonna run with it for now. That's probably gonna come back to bite me, but let's zing this thing back out there. See if there's another fish hanging out in this hole. No luck on that cast. Let me zing another one back out here. Try one more time in this spot. But holy moly, guys, there's a lot of stuff on the bottom right in this area. It just feels like a bunch of, like, you know, big rocks or something like that. It's a really hard, you know, just textured bottom that I feel like these fish are definitely pertaining to. I would say it's rock. That would be my guess. Just the way it feels. But, you know, as far as feeling goes, guys, these Lew's Custom Speed Stick guys are awesome. I just feel, I can just feel everything with these rods. And one of the things I really like about these rods specifically is the way that the blank is on the bottom of this little handle right here. You actually can put your fingers on the blank itself, so I feel like you get a lot of extra sensitivity far as the way that it's set up right there. You know, I definitely feel like that makes a difference for me when I'm trying to feel all those little nuances and stuff on the bottom. And far as what you pay for these guys, I really highly recommend them. And for y'all that don't know or aren't familiar with, or maybe this is your first time watching the channel, I leave a link to all my products that I use in every video in the description below. I try to be as detailed as I can. I tell you like exactly what's set up for each bait, you know, the rod type, the action, this length, all that good stuff. So if you're curious about that, feel free to check it out. And you can also use my discount code ELUSE if you're curious about that. But let's see if we can find ourselves another large shell. There's got to be, you know, big old fat mama somewhere in here. All right, guys, it is now actually a new day. I didn't have any more luck at those ponds, but I'm out here with my girlfriend today, Suzanne, and we're gonna try a different pond, one that I fished a few times on the channel before. Well, let me go ahead and grab some rods for us out of here, and we're gonna be doing a little bit of the same stuff that we were the other day, except I'm also gonna bring this lipless crankbait rod right here because the fish in here absolutely destroyed that. But I want to try some other things before we resort completely to that, because I'm hoping that I can find some fish out here that are a little bit more active today and interested in some other things. So I might throw that big glide bait around a little bit and see if I can get some bites on that or some other stuff, possibly this little thunder cricket or another kind of moving bait. Let me get this stuff out of here and we're gonna walk up to the pond and get started. That looks like everything. Let's get moving. All right, we're gonna get posted up right here, guys. And I think I'm gonna start out throwing the thunder cricket around this pond and see if I can get a few bites on that. Suzanne is rigged up with a blade bait, so if she starts popping them with that, you know, I might have to switch over to either a blade bait myself or that lipless crankbait. That has just been definitely the most dominant bait that I've ever thrown in here. The fish in here just eat it up like crazy. But let's get started with this thunder cricket and see if we can't make them munch this.
I don't know, am I gonna catch a turtle?
No, you'll be fine. There's one. Yes, nice one right here on the Thunder Cricket. That didn't take long at all. Let's go. Like a solid, like maybe 3 pounder or so. Probably about like 2.5, 3. Freaking munched it, man. A lot closer than I was anticipating. A lot of the fish that I've caught in here, for some of y'all that have seen the videos of me fishing out here, have been just way out, like as far as I can cast, like a lipless or a blade bait. These fish sit way out there because this pond is fished pretty dang heavily, especially since I've been putting it on YouTube. Some of y'all have been managing to find this thing and just been mimicking my techniques in here and catching the fish. But all these fish just stay super far off of this bank because you can get all the way around this thing really easy and fish it, and they just kind of hang out there where not that many people can cast to, and very rarely do I catch one up close and personal up near the edge. They just seem to be a lot harder to catch when they're that close, but when they get feeding like that, I tend to have a good day. So hopefully this is the first of many, but a solid, like I'd say like 2 3/4 or so. Let me see if I got my scale in the bag. We can actually weigh her really quick. It might be in my car, but we'll check. There it is. Let's throw her on the scale for old sakes. Let's put her on. 2 pounds, 10 ounces. This thing's kind of glitched out, but that's 2 pounds, 10 ounces right there. So basically 2 2/3. She was hanging out underneath all these turtles. There's like a army of turtles right here. There's 1, 2, 3. There's probably about 100 because there's a lot of little old people that live in this community. They just come feed these turtles like crazy. So they just follow me around as soon as I get over here towards this edge. Our Rage Swimmer still intact. Looks like this thing is good to go. Let's get it back in there. Maybe there's some more fish hanging up shallow. Like I said, these turtles are constantly fed, and along with the turtles, a lot of the little bluegill and small bait fish in here eat that bread as well. So I'm sure they hang out close to the turtles. I see them all the time. So I'm sure the bass aren't too far behind. They're just typically pretty hesitant to bite anything over here, is, you know, the norm. But I'm sure there's definitely bigger bass that hang out kind of near these turtles and the bait fish. Just trying to get them to bite is the hard part. Oh God, it got smacked again. Goodness gracious. Okay, we're on to something. They might be wanting the Thunder Cricket today. Good golly. Compared to the day when I was fishing out at the golf course, today is a great day. We've had like overcast all day, really nice cool fall weather, so I fully anticipate these fish to be a little bit more active than they have been, probably moving around, roaming a lot with these clouds. So, you know, that kind of weather can get these fish riled up. We might have a freaking day. We might freaking catch them. I'm actually super excited about this. I actually want to put this up for a second. Probably come back to it in about 10 minutes or so, but I want to take a chance and throw this glide bait around for a little bit. This is the Rivers to Sea S Waver, and I believe this is the smallest one that they make. They might make one smaller than this, but this is like the standard size. It's like 6 inches. So let me go ahead and grab this thing and try to get it untangled. There we go. There's the words. Hold up, and let's fling this thing out there. Smack the grass in the back cast. Wonderful. You got one? Oh, nice, Suze. Suze is hooked up over here. Let me go help her out. She's got herself a nice little largemouth on the blade bait. Does it feel like it's a good one? He looks like he's pulling pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just take your time with him. Bring him on over. Let's see. I don't see him yet. He's fighting pretty good though. Take your time, take your time.
Yeah,
She's got really light line, and they're super light hooks on this blade bait, so she really needs to take her time with this fish so they don't get bent out. But I just saw a little flash of him. Looks like he's probably like 2 or 3 pounds. Oh yeah, there we go. Here, I'll just pull him in for you. We'll get him right over here to the edge. You can reel that slack in, Suze. Here we go. Nice, Suze. You got yourself one. On the blade bait. Heck yeah. Looks like he swiped at it. Got him out there on the
I know, I didn't
outside of the mouth. He probably just came up and hit it and missed it. And these little hooks are so razor sharp. As long as they touch them, I feel like they go in. You just got to be careful, like I said, bringing them in. But that's a good fish. You want to let him back in?
Yeah, we'll let him go.
There you go, baby. Nice. You got yourself a little fish.
Sounds good. They are biting today. Much better luck this time than I had last time.
I know, you caught a nice one last time though. He was
I
like,
did.
It was like 3.5 pounds. Yeah, you can just give him a toss. There you go. Good job. Back to the glide bait right here. Let's fling this thing back out there. See if anything wants to bite this thing today. The fish are biting really good. We have not been here long. I have tried to fish this pond, I don't know, maybe 10 times in the last 3 or 4 months. And I'd say at least 7 of those times I caught absolutely nothing. So the fact that they are biting today is really, really cool. No luck with the glide bait so far. I'm gonna grab my thunder cricket and we're gonna walk around this way. I wanna go try fishing off this rocky bank over there. When these fish get pushed up, they really like that area over there. So I wanna see if they're hanging out there today. Let's zoom around the pond and see if they're hanging out there. I'm crossing my fingers there's gonna be some fish stacked up out here. The last few times I've tried this spot, I haven't had any luck, but fall is upon us, so these fish might start hanging out in this area now. I'm gonna try speeding this thing up a little bit, trying to just do like a fast reel, then a pause, see if I can't get something to commit to chasing it, and then pause it in their face and just have them smack it. Oh gosh, dang. That was a fish. Yeah, that was a nibble. Tried both the glide bait and the thunder cricket. Didn't have really any luck with either. Had, 1 or 2 possible nibbles on the thunder cricket. One, I think, definitely was one. But all in all, not much. I was hoping that they would be kind of hanging out over there. Suzanne threw that blade bait around as well, and she didn't really have any luck either. So we're gonna go back over towards this direction. I want to kind of fish this area that's like right off this wall, more on this half, because I fished kind of that half with the thunder cricket pretty well, and see if I can't find something else out here. But that is the objective as of now. This looks like a good spot to post up. Let's fire this bad boy back out there. Any more nibbles? I know. Oh, there's one. There's a fish. Stay down. Stay down. Freaking crushed it. Freaking absolutely crushed it. Oh my God, this fish is strong. I didn't get a great look at him, but he's definitely bigger than the last one. Unless he's hooked weird. Holy smokes. Absolutely pummeled that thing. Oh yeah, he's about the size of the last one, maybe a tad bit bigger. Oh yeah, he's definitely got a little bit more size on him. Let's fling him on up here. Yeah! Let's go. That is a solid fish, guys. Up in that 3-pound range, no doubt. We're gonna throw her on the scale just for fun, see what she reads, but that one's a 3-pounder all day. I can promise you that, guys. I'm gonna say like 3 1/4. That's my guess. Well, guys, there that fish is. Nice, beautiful, large jaw right there. I'm gonna throw her on the scale, and like I said, I think she's probably gonna be around 3 1/4. Let's see what she ends up reading. Oh, it is not working for some reason. Hold on, let me turn it on. There we go, zeroed out. Let's see. 3 pounds, and I can't tell what ounce it is because it's like glitched out right here. That's either like a 7 or maybe a 1. I'm not really sure, to be honest, but it's over 3 pounds. That's all I care about. That is a beautiful looking fish right there, guys. Let's go ahead and get her back in. Absolutely crushed that thunder cricket. Oh, baby. Let her swim right back on in there. Off she goes. Let's go.
Nice.
I love that. Well, I didn't end up having any more luck after that, but hopefully y'all enjoyed today's episode. And if you did, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. But as always, guys, passing is passion. Peace.